Welcome back to Workers and Resources. I think this stream we will finally build the best bus. The best bus in the game, default game, in my opinion, which is the Mars 305 Mercedes bus. 105 kilometers an hour maximum speed with a carrying capacity of 95 passengers. The Mars 302 is 30 kilometers an hour slower and can only carry 85 passengers. And also weighs a bit more. And on the... just keep those stats in mind, because I think this is going to close that screen. 105 kilometers, 95 passengers. The best Eastern bus, which I don't think we can see right now, but it is a red one, I think. This one is the current one, 80 kilometers an hour, 55 passengers only. I think the red one is slightly faster, I think 90 kilometers an hour, but only 45 passengers. So we have slower buses with almost only half the carrying capacity in passengers, which, yeah, not good enough. We need to build and export the best of the best. And that's what we will do. We will export the 309, I think they are. Mars 309 to get the 305, which is gonna be excellent. And money shouldn't be a problem, I don't think. What else can we do in the meantime? I guess I haven't thought about that. We are still building the road. I might have to check the construction offices every now and then. I might have to set up a construction office actually to make sure that the road continues to be built. I guess I could make a construction office over here and then assign it to the normal sources for resources and like a bus stop for workers. So I don't have to go back and forth manually to assign everything. Not that it is a huge hassle, but I guess it would help a little bit. And we don't have money problems right now, so it wouldn't be that much of a big deal. Now I don't know how the helicopters and the train are gonna split up the cargo between themselves. I think I'll send the train back to the depot, since we have 1,000,000 rubles. After this delivery, the train should wait and just let the helicopters do their exports. Otherwise we're gonna have a relatively large fuel consumption going on. With a helicopter hovering above the helipad and not being able to land. Seems a little bit wasteful. Oh yeah, the other thing we're building. We are building the largest sewage pipe ever. Not because it is very long, but because it goes through a mountain. $24,000 work days. Needs way more resources. Way more gravel. Concrete is fine, so are boards, but needs more gravel. And I think all the construction offices are already assigned to it, so can't really speed that one up. I'll pick up gravel from this storage right here and drive it over. Loading it should be pretty fast, but maybe we need more trucks. I could make construction offices in this area actually, because then they would be right next to the resources. I could make a construction office for dump trucks, one for open hull trucks, which is exactly what's available here. And I think that makes sense. That could lead to like some larger resource usages, but I am fairly certain it won't affect us that much anymore. So we'll put in 2 construction offices, I think. This was also intended for housing, so I guess we'll put them up here. That strikes me as a good investment. One for dump trucks, just for gravel, I guess. The other dump trucks can still pick up asphalt and asphalt. I guess they can also help with asphalt, but mainly for concrete and all of the open hull transportation. Should help. And let's speed that construction up. Let's prioritize it. Also need to prioritize the road. So we will have a CO for dump trucks, construction office, that's what CO stands for, and CO open hull trucks. I can't assign them yet. They need to be finished, but after that we can assign them to our general list of construction officers to go around and assign them quickly to tasks. Alright, looks like it's now looking better with gravel. Not quite good enough yet, especially when a bus comes and drops off a bunch of workers. That gets used up pretty quickly. Productivity in the vehicle production facility is quite good. The helicopters can't keep up with the export. But having trucks available is better than letting the train run wild and taking away all the vehicles. We shouldn't need a lot of exports anymore with the helicopter to buy the license. 48,000 US dollars at an export rate of, let's see, 18,000 per vehicle. That's so let's say 35,000, 70, 100. So 3 deliveries would be about 100,000. So we need like 4 or 5 deliveries, probably 5. And we have 2 helicopters running. They do have to travel quite far, but I don't think we have to wait very long. And then we'll switch over. Yeah, that was not ideal. Like that train, this train entering this area already shouldn't happen because these are chain signals, but the logic of the train somehow allows them to move into that block, even though the other block is not clear. I don't know. Maybe it was clear when they moved in and then another train came through here. Like this block was clear while the train was passing through here. It shouldn't really happen. The train coming out here should already reserve that block, shouldn't it? Both of these are chain. I guess they didn't. Oh. Excavator? Where is your, like... Is that... Yeah, vehicle deliveries only via truck, please. Don't let the excavators drive around, thank you. General construction and mechanisms. We already have the checkbox for that. So we did hook up running water to our industrial area. We're not gonna give our citizens running water. The water consumption would be a bit too much, especially since we don't have the sewage in place yet. It's all being truck based. But the factory was having trouble with like not enough water delivered to it, so we set up a running water in that area. And now we have to finish the sewage pipe because giving the factory running water also increases water consumption. I don't want to overwork my trucks. Now we need 100,000 more, which is 3 deliveries of 2 trucks, 2 buses. 36,000 times 3 is slightly above 100,000. So 18,000 times 2 is 36,000. Helicopter can carry 2, and they have to do that 3 times. We'll let them continue exporting stuff, I guess. Can they carry Mars 305 buses? I imagine they can. Yes, they can. Profit margin, we don't know yet. I assume they can only carry 1 of these. 8 tons versus 3. And I think they have a carry capacity of 13. Yes. 13 tons. So they would only carry 1 of these per delivery. But it's still worth more than 2 of these, which comes up to like 14,000. So slightly more efficient. I hope we can speed up the construction of the sewage pipe. Gravel deliveries are looking well. Yeah, we'll fill up the construction offices. Probably not gonna give them any fuel either. Just let them go to wherever because it's trucks. I did want to build some fuel stations in here. Do we have any construction vehicles that get stuck already? I imagine we don't. Everything is assigned. The construction helicopters have done a very good job building these roads already. I guess we can use the helicopters for the hull trucks, I guess. Where are they? Alright, we have another customs house here. Going through the mountain is difficult. Just work days left. Either a bus with workers or a roller, which is currently being delivered. So the road will finish soon, and then the construction officers should assign themselves automatically. Shouldn't take very long, especially with the helicopters now supporting. We should be able to finish these buildings relatively quickly and make sure that gravel deliveries to the tunnel construction of this work site gets sped up a bit. And after that, more buses for bringing more workers to that construction site could also help. Almost there. Almost there. We will have to run our normal train at some point. We are using materials, so we'll have to repurchase steel every now and then, and that's gonna put a relatively large drain on our monetary resources. Like right now, we imported something that was worth 312,000 rubles. Bunch of electronics, clothes. Okay, so looks like domestic resources are now starting to become quite expensive. Especially electronics. There was a blog post recently where they explained that electronics become more difficult to manufacture as time goes on, which has represented a decrease in productivity for your electronics factories. And I think the price also increases. Like they take more, they increase because they take more resources, so they become harder to manufacture and they take more resources. Which is a little bit weird, because you could theoretically stockpile electronics early on when it's cheap and then sell it on later. Which doesn't make much sense because it would be obsolete electronics. Unless you like sold them to a museum or something. The shadows of mountains are a bit weird, unfortunately. Water-wise, our purified water is completely full. And our water reservoir of unpurified water is also full, so we have no capacity issues, and our water consumption is about a cubic meter a day. Going back and forth. We could hook up all of our residential buildings to the network, but let's get the sewage infrastructure in place first, lest we cause any issues in our society with overflowing toilets. Wouldn't want that. All resources for the groundworks of that construction site are now present, and the other one has already started. Lots of packed dirt around, destroyed soil. I don't mind it. What I do mind is, I think, the university without a statue. And a large one in front. Some personal parking spaces there. Let's see. Can we connect that? No, we can't. Traffic is a bit loud. We'll move the statue back manually. That should allow us okay. We have to remove that connection first to be allowed to make a smooth corner here. Let's do the whole thing again. So enable snapping. Go to here. Connect that one. Sure. I don't really need a footpath going the other way, so that will suffice. No 21-year-olds without their own flat yet, so we do have some residential spacing left somewhere. Might have just run full, so maybe, yeah, there's the first one. First 21-year-old without their own flat. So we do need to open up some new building. Allow them to move in here, I guess. It is September, but I don't think we're going to run into any issues during winter. We are, I think, one delivery shy of buying the license for the best bus. Make sure we don't overfill this building with workers. Set it to 5. It can be a slow construction. It will be sped up by buses going here and sending more workers. But I don't want a huge amount of residential workers walking there directly. Alright. Last construction. A delivery of steel, a delivery of boards. Some bus with more workers because their work shift is gonna end soon, and then we have our dump truck construction office. And after that, shortly, the open haul truck one. I guess we didn't earn that much money. That wasn't quite enough. My god, that's a lot of buses. Anyway, I am going to send our train back out on a route. Remove that stop and start it. I could make a parking space for our helicopters, so I don't have to sell them. But they can continue exporting, I guess. That's not a big problem. And now we should have the money... No, not quite. I was looking at the wrong one. Gotta wait for the helicopter to get to the border. Our resources are present on the dump truck construction site. Just bring a bus full of workers, please. That one will do. That one will be enough. We do have tower cranes here already. We haven't even finished this road yet. But we have all the resources here, because the helicopters brought all the resources necessary to do the groundworks and then brought an excavator. So the groundworks is already done. And then they've sent everything for the first part of the building construction. Now we're just waiting for some workers. I'm not going to deliver workers via helicopter, that would be a little bit ridiculous maybe. This should go really quickly, and it's already done. We will assign it to gravel, and I guess we will assign asphalt also, if it wants to do that. And then basically fill it up with dump trucks. So these ones are not good for us because yes, they have a very high capacity, but their maximum speed is only 35 kilometers an hour, and our road network would not deal well with many of these trucks clogging up the roads. I really like these ones. They have good speed, but they are mainly intended for like gravel roads. 70 kilometers an hour is really good. If we sort by speed and then look for something that has high capacity, would be the JE300 dump truck, 7 tons. This one 80 kilometers an hour, 87 kilometers an hour, 9 tons versus 7 tons. And then we're down to 70 kilometers an hour, so I don't know. I guess we're gonna fill it up with these. Let's see how we do. Usually I prefer few vehicles with large capacity, but I also like that the road network is run at like maximum speed for all vehicles. Otherwise it feels weird when the other vehicles have to slow down because the high capacity vehicles are very slow and block everything. We did put a 2-lane road in here, which means that it shouldn't really happen. And the slow vehicles would probably even switch over to the dirt path. From what I noticed, they seem to prefer going onto there if they can't drive much faster than the dirt path allows them to anyway. Our helicopter's refueling, and there's enough enough buses to pick up more of them. But now's the time. We reached 491k US dollars, so it is time to buy the license. Mars 305. We should even build a bunch of them for domestic use, so I should, in theory, also stop the train from running and get the helicopters parked. We'll let it export a bunch, get our money back up, I might build a parking lot for like helicopters. We do have only one right now. And I did buy 2 helicopters. I guess I'll build a second one up here. Then we'll park the helicopters and stop them from exporting. Mars 305 bus, first one off the line. 42,000 rubles. Compare this one, which is almost 3 times as much. This one is also almost 3 times as much. Well, not really. So that one would need to be 21,000, and that one would need to be 48,000. But it's kind of close enough. I assume our train can only export 2 of them at a time. Anyway, let's see if we can limit the export of helicopters already. We have to find a helicopter that is currently empty and send it to park. The other one will send to park as soon as the other helipad is up and running. Here's our dump trucks. We can assign the dump truck construction office to our general array of construction offices that include all construction offices except the helicopter one, which has its own assignment, and the workers, because I like to micromanage these. Sending a bunch of workers to a construction site that doesn't do anything yet is a bit weird. So what does the Mars 305 bus actually cost? 8 tons of steel, 1 ton of mechanical components, and the rest is there but not that urgent. So we are using 3.5 tons of steel versus 8. We're getting 18,000 out of this one versus 42,000. So it's like almost it's more than double, and we are getting more than double the value out of it. Mechanical components is more than double as well. So, and the rest we are using more than double electronics, more than double plastic, more than double fabric, and more than 3 times the amount of... No, sorry, I was looking at passengers. More than double work days. So it seems to be like it seems to be very linear. A linear upgrade for us. Can I mass send? Can I mass send all vehicles out of this depot? Yes, I can. That's really useful. That makes it easier to get them, to make them available and upgrade our lines. Let them refuel and do their thing, I guess. Second construction office still not done. This road is too short, so it does need workers. So we need to assign them. Unfortunate. I thought that one was already done, but I guess not. Still a bunch of gravel needed. We now can assign our new construction office to that task, I guess. Which means all of these should become active. Maybe I should reconsider and switch back to these. No, it's not even double capacity, and For a lot of small construction jobs, these small ones are definitely going to be worth it, I think. It's just a huge construction task like that deep trench for the sewage pipe. It is unfortunate that I am digging it completely through the mountain, I guess. But one does what he must. So yeah, Mars 305. Ready to be exported. 85,000 rubles. Per delivery. Assuming we can only carry 2, but judging by the space these buses occupy, I don't think we can fit another one in there. Maybe we can. Maybe we can actually carry 2, but I don't think so. Nah, it's only 2. Because from the Mars 309 buses we could only fit 4, and these ones were like half size. That's good money. Alright, helicopters. Build me a helipad, please. There's a bunch of workers. Unemployment rate 28. But that's mostly because we don't have enough buses running workers to and from these sites. So I think the first thing I will do is actually assign 4 Mars 305 buses to this line. And that line will bring workers from here to the vehicle factory area. And yeah, basically get rid of our unemployed workers by putting them to work. And the other buses we can probably just get rid of. We have no need for these anymore. They have served their purpose. We have upgraded, we have ascended. Slowly, we're going to move towards buses that drive at full speed through our city. And there they are. What does it say? It says something at the front, I'm trying to read it. It says something Straße, which means street. It definitely says 56. Okay. I might have to wait until it's bright again, but I want to try to decipher what it says at the front of the bus. I guess maybe if I move the camera closer manually? I can't. Maybe if there's another vehicle I can trick the camera to move even closer. If it's trying to go by another vehicle, I might be able to zoom in closer than I should be able to. Like that one. Wagenburg Ostendstraße, which means Wagenburg is a city, East End Street. Very good resolution there, if you're able to zoom in that close. So they did take proper street names, a proper town bus somewhere, or city bus, and just put that into the game. It would be funny if it would actually update names and street names on that bus based on where you sent them to, but you had to see what effort I had to go through to actually read that, so I don't think it would make much sense from cost-benefit point of view to implement such a thing. But the game does have a lot of details like that, so who knows. I don't even know if the road signs do that. I assume the road signs... Oh, I think the road signs were in Cyrillic. I can't really read them, so I don't know what they say. Yeah, I don't know what they say. Probably something similar. Real life, maybe... I don't know. I'm not gonna assume what they say because I don't know. Oh yeah, that's our fuel station range that we put down at some point. And we should be sending a lot of workers to that construction site. We are not going to upgrade the construction office buses. They will stay as the ZIL 158. Slower buses with lower capacity, because I don't want to flood construction sites with a lot of workers. At least usually. I mean, this one could definitely benefit from a lot of workers, but it would basically stop our production in the vehicle factory if we did that. And who wants to not make money? Helipad almost done. Excavator doing its thing. And then we can park the other helicopter, which is currently still exporting buses. I wonder if the train is going to be enough. Right, let's grab the helicopter from the line, which is that one. And once it has exported its cargo and the building, the heliport, has completed its construction, we will park it. Let's mark the sewage discharge area as such, because it is not really a town area. Right. Helipad has been constructed, but the helicopter itself is still flying towards its destination. I think it might be outside of range already, so... Oh, now it has landed. Good, now we can park it. Once it comes back, it'll just go here and wait until we give it new orders. And the only export that we are now going to run is a train. Now, do we produce more buses than the train can handle? Probably not. We have to produce 2 more. If we only produce 1, we fill up the train, and then the next vehicle will tell the train that it cannot load anything anymore. Just a quick check on our exports of resources. We have not exported anything except sewage at the start, so all of our monetary income has come from vehicle exports. 16.5 million rubles. The second bus has been built and the third bus has just started, so not quite quick enough yet. I don't think we're gonna get there, but our train is still sufficient for vehicle exports. The distance to the customs house is not that long. We might elongate the train once we start including the train that goes to the western customs house, so we can not do helicopter exports anymore, but finish off with an export into a storage area right here, and then drive the last few meters with some other vehicles. I assume a vehicle might be able to get all the way to the customs house on the road, and then if we have a fuel station in this area that we supply with fuel from said customs house, we can just basically be self-sufficient in this area. I don't know if the fire station is going to be close enough. If we build one over here, I think it would be in a 3-kilometer range. Yeah, that one that one might be close enough. I don't remember how far firefighting helicopters can go. We will see that once I get this area set up, which was intended as a intermediate fuel station. So we'll see. Are we still building train route? Currently no train here. Oh, construction train is moving backwards. Yeah, then it's not assigned anymore. That makes sense. I should limit the amount of workers in the construction office again. Because most of them are just sitting around while the train is driving around. Maybe if the train was faster with more workers it would make sense, but when the construction sites become really far away, I don't like the construction trains to have that many workers. Because most of them are just sitting around not doing anything. Well, 19,000 workdays left. 3,500 tons of gravel. All boards have been delivered. All concrete has. And then after the whole trench has been dug out, there's like 800 workdays of laying down the pipe with the prefab panel. The game does not include closing the whole trench. That would probably take quite a long time as well. What did you do? Why did you go to the fuel station? I don't know. Usually that train picks up vehicles, exports them, and then drops them off here. I know why it did. We don't have any fuel in here. Well, I guess this thing is kind of obsolete now that we have the fuel station here. Oh well. We are going to put some fuel into the train end station. Does it make sense? We also have our passenger train ready for when we maybe, I don't know, tourism? Probably not tourism. I'm also not sure if we're ever gonna get a second residential zone or maybe a second factory. Like a train factory, as I said in another episode, could be somewhat easy to set up. Have the resources delivered via train, have the workers delivered via train. The problem would be water and sewage, I guess. But if you set it up with infrastructure, with piping, it would be okay. Speaking of water and sewage, our sewage handling is still acceptable. Yeah, the trucks can still keep up with things. The water trucks are probably a little bit less busy now. One water, one sewage truck over here. 2 water trucks, 1 sewage truck over here, so yeah, the water trucks are not quite as busy anymore, as expected. Oh, we got our best bus, the big one. And we are making a lot of money. Could buy more licenses, but what would we buy? Are there even like Western trains? Not really. I mean, there's a metro, but that's just for passengers. A London Tube metro and the Paris metro. Compared to the Eastern Side metros, which are an ECS metro, which I assume is the one in Moscow. I don't know. Still have unemployment. We did double the amount of buses on that route. So... do workers still have to wait too long? 43 minutes. I think we got all of them before the time was over. Let me put down one-way roads here. The next bus will abide by them. We shouldn't have any unemployment really. As long as the vehicle factory is not completely filled. And we still have construction tasks running. There should be no issue with unemployment. Where do all the workers go? Unfinished road. That is one of the longer roads that we are currently building, and you are bringing them Svidada unfinished road, which is also over here. So all of our construction office buses are bringing workers to this area. That's why I usually don't like auto search. But the road construction is almost done. Which one is it? It must be one of these, but I guess it finished. Oh, sorry. I'm looking at the train, not the road. It's that one. One bus. Lots of dump trucks. Bunch of asphalt still needed. Dump trucks are not assigned, so let's help by assigning everything. Okay, all the dump trucks are busy. Not necessarily with the task I just gave them, they are probably still bringing gravel to the pipe construction. And some bus also made it here. Nice. The heating plant stopping production every now and then is still concerning. But it's not too long. I just need to update the amount of buses on that route, I guess. Don't quite have the frequency during winter to match the need of the bus route, so we run like 1 or 2 hours per day between shifts without workers, and the heating plant shuts down, and it's draining the heating inside the heat exchangers a little bit, but not too much, I assume. Okay, we have people complaining in here that they can't get to where they want, meaning they're walking to the bus stop for passengers, and then they can't get to anywhere. So what I need to do is I need to upgrade the bus route that brings people from here to this bus stop, just so this bus stop can basically not be full. And that means more Mars 305 buses, please. You and you. And then just tell them to not go to the depot, and they'll probably refuel and get right to it. Go to a fuel station. And that hopefully will be sufficient to get all of the students and get all of the passengers to where they need to go. And maybe we'll assign 2 more buses, 2 more Mars buses, to put an even higher frequency of buses on that route. Because there's a lot of people that want to get out of here and over to the shopping mall. And yes, they could walk directly from the bus stop to here, but they wait an hour before they realize that they can, so and during that time they basically occupy the whole bus stop, which is not ideal. We should get 2 more buses soon, and then we'll assign them to that same task. And maybe retire the other ones. These ones. That's a lot of people. Holy hell. Okay. We might even not go with the 305. We might even go with bendy buses. We don't have any bendy buses. I guess we're gonna stick with the 305 then. We only have this bendy bus. "65 kilometers an hour. I think we're gonna stick with the 305. It drives way faster. Oh, why not? Let's move one out and get the other one as well. That might be the reason why we had a few escapes every now and then. That I didn't pay attention to that issue. Is that the right one? Yes, it is. Where's the other one? Stop going to the depot. Show me the route. All of them should be running. Yeah. That platform is occupied. The other thing we could do is make a school just for this area, but why should I do that? How is our school doing anyway? Not that great. Maybe we have to build another school. We might run into an education crisis if I don't make sure we educate all of our children in time. But as long as I'm educating at least 66%, we should be okay. They shouldn't wait too long on the schoolyard. A flat in Prenmo is on fire. Should be in reach of the fire station. Shouldn't be an issue. I don't think so. Alright. This route is getting a little bit occupied. I need to merge that. Okay, I already merged the intersection into one block. Yes, buses coming from over here do have priority. But if a bus from here finally enters, this whole section counts as one intersection basically. They do not try to enter when another vehicle is still coming from this side and block vehicles passing them. So we should... I basically merge intersections that have a lot of vehicles on them. Like, I should merge that one. Click the bus, merge them, and then turn on the priority roads and set them correctly. So 2 and 5 are priority. 1 and 4 are no path, and 3 is... doesn't really need to be a stop sign, I guess, but not a priority. So buses driving back out of here do not have priority, which should be okay. Yeah, that's a lot of people waiting here. Do we need even more buses? Alright. 1.25 million rubles. Go to the depot after you did your delivery. We might save up a few buses, I guess. And I guess I could sell the smaller ones over here, because if I need more microbuses, I can just repurchase them. Also, this open mile truck, which was useful for bringing in tower cranes. I don't know if I still need that. I'll leave it there for now. Looks like they're not picking up everyone. Oh no, it looks like they do. We've just run out of passengers. Well, now they're all showing up after the buses have arrived. In force. Holy hell. Any issues? Okay, we got rid of the problems with the food and the clothing. It's just children that can't go to school. Doctors. Sport. Well, it's winter. Eventually you'll grab a bus to our indoor swimming pool. Let's just fill it up with staff. It's kind of curious that they arrive in such high frequency, but I guess I did assign 5 buses on a route that only has 2 stops, so it's continuously sending a bunch of buses here. Can't really change that. Let's get all of the buses into the vehicle depot. And by all of the buses, I mean the 3 that we just built, plus the other one that is going to finish soon, so we have 4 Mars 305 buses ready to be assigned to certain tasks. The trench for the sewage pipe is still being built, very slowly. Can't change that. It's basically like a tunnel construction. Eventually we might bring some workers over there. Maybe. Let's lower the priority on the road construction, because I think they might be sending workers to that construction site. But it might be so far away in a snowed-in road that they don't actually get there in time and they just go home before that. Professors, yeah, I guess we'll give them 10 more professors, sure. Where's the shopping center? Shopping center is still doing okay. Still have some capacity left. We might need a new shopping center soon. I definitely don't want to go into the death spiral where I don't have enough capacity in the shopping center, have people waiting outside, unable to fulfill their demand, and then becoming less productive. And then, in turn, working in the shopping center with less productivity, allowing even less people to shop there, which is not good. We might get another shopping center over here, or maybe a smaller one. I don't know. Do we need more 305 buses? I think the blue buses have to be retired. I think they're not enough. So I guess we're going to run 8 of the other ones. It should be more than enough. We'll sell these 2 and start the other buses on their journey. Just have to wait until they empty out. Where's the other one? There it is.
dropping off a bunch of students going to school, or people going shopping, whichever. I should really make a footpath out this side. Not sure why I didn't do that. Should shorten the walking distance, why not? How's loyalty looking? 73%, still going up. People having a TV station, a television, sorry, not a TV. Well, technically they have a TV station at home where they sit down and watch TV. 69% have a TV, which is nice. 69.5% and growing. And the more people that have a TV, the higher our loyalty will be. We aren't even running this at full capacity yet, but we are gaining loyalty from it. And we're also reducing religious sympathy, increasing sports enjoyment. Happiness and culture enjoyment are also positively affected. Our prisoners are sufficiently taken care of. They are working their butts off to make mechanical components for us, which we are not using for exports, we are just storing that, I guess. Now I can't put the prisoners to work in the vehicle factory, unfortunately. If I take a prison bus and try to assign the vehicle factory, it does not like that. Also doesn't like them working in the shopping center or the TV station for some reason. Can't put them to work in the rail construction office. The only thing we have is the heating plant and the mechanical components factory, which we built for that, just that purpose. So I don't really have a lot of jobs for the prisoners to do. I mean, I guess I could put down the lumber mill and wood cutting post that I said I could do. Right now we're still importing wood. It's also very convenient to import it via train. But I could basically fill this up with wood made from prison labor. And then if it is not enough, we can fill it up, top it off with rail delivered lumber. Or if we have a mine, I guess I could mine ore and just drive that to the... Well, I can't really export it. We can only export vehicles. If I find ore, I could try to make it into steel and then put the steel into the vehicle factory, but making a steel mill just for the vehicle factory is severe overkill. We are not using that much steel, really. It's going down relatively slowly. The other benefit, I guess, would be that we would have more steel for construction. Though I don't know if prisoners can work in a steel mill. I assume they can. That's a lot of buses. 2, 4, 6, 7, one more, and then we have... Well, I don't have room for 8 buses because one of the slots is occupied in the vehicle depot, so let's move all of the 7 buses, I guess. The passengers waiting here are not gonna go anywhere because these are all passengers that are trying to go praying somewhere, and we basically just put them here until they change their mind and go do something else. But they were blocking this bus stop. So they were blocking this bus stop and blocking people from going to the shopping center, which is unacceptable. Slight unemployment over here. Maybe the bus route bringing workers to this bus stop needs to be improved. I mean, this whole area is getting flooded with buses now. And also vehicles delivering resources to the rail construction office. Slight throughput issues. Maybe we should upgrade the buses on the bus route for the heating plant as well. I think I will do that. Oh, I know what's... yeah, I told 7 buses to move out of the vehicle factory and now they're blocking everything. Just let it sit for a while and let them figure it out before we make any other changes. It's fine. Can you tell buses from the vehicle factory to move directly to the customs house? Unfortunately not. So you do have to drive them there with another vehicle to sell them. Not tell them to drive there themselves and then sell them. That's a lot of buses. That's the thing that I didn't want to have happen. A bus standing on the middle of the intersection and blocking it. Also, we are blocking our water and sewage trucks now, which is not great. Let's put it in priorities here. Any vehicle on this road does have priority. Any vehicle trying to get back out does not have priority. And over here, priority really should be 1 and 2, I think. Sewage trucks trying to go up the hill do have priority. And it's winter. Everything is snowed in again. Yes, heating plant stops production because buses are overworked, but another bus coming in right now. I think if we have the better buses assigned, they might be able to do that. No, the problem is road clearing. The snowplows are not fast enough. Do I need the snowplows to go up there? Or should I put in a sign to say no snowplows in this area? If I do that, they would all drive down here and then either go this way or be forced to go across the street and drive this way. Okay. No snowplows. Here. I can't put a sign here. It's too short. Well, no snowplows here, here, and here, I guess. For now. Force them to work this area. If there's a fire, it's a short road and the fire vehicles should not have an issue getting there. This one, however, we already tested and they should definitely plow this road. Because if there's a fire here, the firefighting vehicles from this fire station apparently do not get there in time. The newly founded traffic jams are not going to help that. My god, that's a lot of traffic. Now I could alleviate that in a weird way, I think. I could make this... I could remove this junction, this middle section, so the vehicles from here would have to drive a right-hand turn and then turn around somewhere else. Which I think would help this whole issue. It would spread out traffic. It would basically force them to do a right-hand turn. And yes, granted, they would then turn around here right away, I guess. But there's no other side traffic in this area. Do I want to do that? Oh wait, why is this not a one-way road anyway? I just noticed that this is not a one-way road. Strange. Maybe that helps it. Maybe that was the reason. I don't think so, but I guess we'll see. Well, we got our Mars 305 bus, and we got loads of them. They do sell for a pretty penny. We almost get 100,000 rubles per train delivery. 85,000 plus. And the price is just going to keep going up based on inflation. So whenever I need some money, I just can tell this train to just, okay, do one route, come back to the depot after, and then we get another 100,000 rubles. And if we are really short on money, I can just let it keep going, I guess. It doesn't make sense to stop it right now. Let's see, I will save a few buses. Oh, well, the depot is already full. In that case, remove the train depot as the last stop and continuously keep running and selling these for the foreseeable future. That's not looking great. Lots and lots of traffic jam. You could implement traffic lights also. I think traffic lights might be a good thing. 2 and 5, 3 and 6. That's very short intervals. Oh, we need to upgrade them all to asphalt. Well, I guess we can't have traffic lights then. So be it. We would need to upgrade this middle bit maybe, or maybe just this section. Well, for the time being, we are going to upgrade this middle section. So, buses coming out of here will have to do a right-hand turn, which might even solve this traffic issue once they realize that this road is actually currently unavailable. They haven't quite figured that out yet. New buses that haven't moved into the bus end station should notice that though. They're still signaling to the left, so they are still ignoring the road construction, but I think now they've figured it out. I guess I could also remove this whole thing, but not really. Now, what if I had a traffic line here at a 45-degree angle and one here? I want to try. Let's remove this road. Let's do something weird. So my thinking with this is, vehicles from here either do a right-hand turn, which is where they are not going to have a lot of issues with, or if they have to do a left-hand turn, this road segment is a little bit longer, and it also separates it from these vehicles that want to do a left-hand turn that way. So they have to do a right-hand turn or a left-hand turn around this road. Now I don't know if this makes much sense, but we'll see how it behaves. I might have to redo the whole intersection again because I basically broke it. Four is not a priority. 2 is gonna be like no access, but I have to wait and assign this a one-way road before I can make that adjustment, so we'll have to wait. I'm interested to see how this will change the traffic behavior. These ones can turn right or left as usual, and these ones can turn right or left as usual. I don't know. We'll see. University education has dropped a little bit, down from 93% to 85%. Probably because our school was a little bit overworked, but it looks much better now. Let's increase loyalty in here to 75% as well. It worked well in the university, might as well use that in the school itself. I mean, it also works well inside the TV station, but I'm not gonna raise it all the way to 80%. It's fine. Pipe construction? 12,000 work days. Not looking bad. Probably gonna finish that. Not today, but next time. And almost all of the gravel has been delivered as well. So not too bad. Road construction. I assume they have like a mechanism here. Oh, we finished this road. So now the next one would be ready to start construction, but nothing has been assigned yet. So I guess I'll do that manually. We don't really need to assign the workers to it. Only all of the construction offices accept the workers, because road construction can be done by machinery. Don't need to actually assign any workers. Well, I assume that is right next to the fire station and should be in range, so... Well, we have a casualty. 11% health. Are they gonna send a helicopter? Yes. No. An ambulance, it looks like. Once they are on an ambulance, they do not lose any health anymore, so... We also rescued Gulenlev Nikolaevich, age 21, with a current lifespan of 18 because of very poor health. But we saved him or her, so it's fine. Let's get a few more ambulances. Fill up the hospital with vehicles. Since we have a helicopter, we can't fully fill the parking lot with ambulances anymore. I would have one more space, but it doesn't let me click it anymore. It worked previously, but they changed it at some point, which is unfortunate. This was mainly due to you being able to buy more vehicles than the UI was showing. Maybe if I relocate the helicopter, purchase the ambulance, and then reassign the helicopter to the helipad, maybe it works. But I digress. Bring some asphalt to both of these roads, and then let's see how it works. Snow is melting, as snow does when it gets warmer. Our export train is running, right? Yeah. I was just wondering, because we do have buses in here sitting around. That's a lot of Mars 305 buses. It's very nice to see. I do like these buses in this game. They are so good. If you can make sure that they don't have to do a lot of 90-degree angles, they drive so quickly. They do take a while to accelerate to top speed. And if they do have to turn around like that, it's not ideal. But hopefully once this construction is done and they can go from here back to this route, it should hopefully speed them up again. And I want to see if that works. We do have to make this a one-way road. then also assign priorities. So 1 is basically a dead end, 2 is a dead end, 3 is priority, 4 is not. I don't know. I guess I will assign 1 as priority, so priority road that way. No traffic that way. Yeah. Looks like we have also enough room to park 1 bus on this road now. I do need to merge this though. I need to make this an intersection. And in that case, 3 is a dead end, 1 is priority, 4 is priority, 2 is a side road, like that. I think they might now not park on this road segment anymore, but we'll see. And the same thing has to happen on this one. Maybe I have to revert it and separate the intersection again, but we'll see. 1 is a dead end, 4 and 2 are the main roads, and 5 is a side road. A little bit strange of an intersection, I guess. Especially since you have an intersection here, and then another merging of lanes. If I could make this a single lane, I could merge it onto the left side and this a single lane merging onto the right side, I guess. But I can't do that, so that's what we have to use, I guess. At least it prevents vehicles that are trying to get... Oh, that one was turning around left. So that one also works. I might have to make this road a little bit longer. It is quite a sharp turn, I guess. It looks like it's working. They are not blocking each other as much anymore. The prison bus is doing a left-hand turn going that way to the production area. And the normal bus is coming back from the bus end station doing a left-hand turn over here. Ideally, I would like this bus end station to be on this side, so when they drive out they only have to do a right-hand turn, and the prison buses, the prison be on that side, so they also only have to do a right-hand turn, but they have to do a left-hand turn at some point. At least with the current setup. Yeah, we got our mass buses. We got the license, we produced them, we upgraded our route for our passengers, meaning that everyone can now go shopping again. And we don't have any issues in these buildings anymore. Okay, we do have one citizen who wasn't able to go do sport. But that might also be because... Well, I was wondering if the indoor pool was running full on visitors, but that's not the case. The indoor pool should be in range of this bus stop. And it is. Yeah. Oh well. We'll see what happens next time. Hopefully we can maybe get to the second set of tunnels. Maybe we can next time start building the gas station, the fire station, and the construction office in this area, so we can prepare the second set of tunnels. We also need the construction office here just to be able to flatten out this mountain pass to lay down the road, because it's too steep and I can't build it. The train worked, but the road doesn't. Yeah, that's gonna be it for today. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the stream a little bit. I'll be back at some point, probably during the weekend. I have no schedule. I'll just do occasional streams. And yeah. Maybe I'll see you next time. Take care.